Hey, crafters. Hi. It's been a minute, huh? So today is a Wednesday for me, so you know that sometimes I film these videos in advance. You know that I've been taking some time off from crochet videos because of my great yarn purge of 2023, which was a success, by the way. Hi, my name is Jenny. Welcome to Granny Square Peg. So it's Wednesday, and I kind of miss doing what's in the yarn bin videos because all my yarn bins have been taken care of. So today I'm doing a fabric bin because, yeah, I dabbled with fabric. Wanting to make quilts. I love a hand-stitched quilt. I love vintage quilts, and I wish I had more of them, but they're so expensive. So then I thought, okay, well, I'll just create a fabric pile, and then I'll make my own quilt, right? But now, do I have sewing skills? Yeah, a little bit. I can run a sewing machine, a little, right? Can I do some hand stitching? Yeah, but it's just your basic whip stitching, maybe. So yeah, I have a fabric bin. It's also partly because my daughter, when she was younger, like she's 18 now, but you know, 10 years ago, she wanted to make stuff with fabric. So she had an idea to make a frog. So she'd be like, Mom, do you have any fabric? And yeah, I had some, but then also my mom has a lot of fabric too. So she would pick out some fabric, she would cut out the shape of a frog, and she would she would hand stitch. She's like 8 years old, 10 years old, and she would hand stitch, and then she would ask for some polyfill and stuff it, and she made herself a little frog, right? Awesome. So some of this is fabric that I just collected for her because she just kept wanting to make things. So here we go. Then, you know, like all my other bins, I've switched over to clear bins so I can see what's in them. This is a Rubbermaid bin. I've had this. There's a note on here that says 2010. That's when I started collecting fabric. But that's not how old all this fabric is, because she did make quite a few things. This is the sheet. That was the inspiration, the vintage sheet. Inspiration for my, one of the blanket projects that I did. So I put it in here. Okay, I'm filming on a new camera today. So if you see my eyes going that way, it's just because I'm checking the frame. See, my other daughter, who's 16, was making hand puppets of presidents, John Adams, for class. So this was left over from that. And then I have Halloween fabric. And some of this is my mom's. She was making a blanket, but then she abandoned her project. But she knew that I had Halloween fabric because I plan on making a Halloween blanket. So she gave me her leftover fabric and her abandoned project. So that's what that is. I have to take it apart because here's my pile of Halloween fabric. Look. I got, let's see, some bats on some orange background. Got a little squares of those. Ooh, look at that. Some more orange that has ghosts and cobwebs and little haunted houses on there. There we go. See that? Oh, this is gonna be fun. This has got Frankenstein and a mummy and some version of Dracula on there, like kids' versions. Right? And let's see, some orange that has some pinstriping on it, just because orange is a good color for Halloween. Let's see, some more of that. Oh, little owls with some jack-o'-lanterns sitting in a tree. Right? So this is all, it's the equivalent of going into my project pile because I'm not abandoning this. I'm not getting rid of it. I'm going through it to see what I have, see how far I got, and see if I've got enough to make a blanket. So my mom donated to my cause. This is just some plain old purple. And a peachy kind of orange. It's got too much peach undertones. I know the camera's not picking that up, so it's not quite the right color to go with the Halloween stuff. So let's see what other kind of fabric I got. Oh, I've got it all nice and neat. Oh, look at that. Ooh, here we go. How about candy corn? How are you guys on candy corn? Okay, some people love it, some people hate it. Me, I love it, but I can't eat it anymore because I've got type 2 diabetes, so I'm not allowed to do the sugar. But I loved candy corn growing up. So candy corn fabric is not much, but I think it'll look good in a Halloween blanket. We got pumpkins, but not jack-o'-lanterns, just harvest pumpkins that can go for what am I thinking of? Thanksgiving or anytime in the fall, right? There's some black with some green polka dots. Some more pumpkins, but this time they are official jack-o'-lanterns, which you know is just a pumpkin with a carved face on it. We got some purple with some ghosts with some witch hats. Oh, that's nice. I like that. And this one is more for the fall. It's scarecrows with sunflowers and pumpkins. So I don't think this would go well in a Halloween blanket, even though it's for the fall. Kids in costumes. I love it. Let's see what else we got. Frogs on a purple background with little witchy hats. Oh, I love that. So what I'd like to do is I would like to decide on what size of a square to make, whether I want like 4-inch squares or 6-inch squares, 10-inch, 12-inch. I have to decide on how big I want my squares, and then I will cut this fabric down and make a patchwork quilt, blanket, you know, whatever. So this is definitely Halloween themed. Oh, this is so cute. Little skeletons and pumpkins and bats and houses. I didn't even make it all the way through the pile yet. Some more harvest pumpkins. Potions and witches with cauldrons. Yeah? Nice. This one again, it looks like I have 2 of this. Or this is a little different. Doesn't have houses to it. Oh, but I love that. So this one is green. It's a darker shade of green with bats on there. Can you see that? Is the camera picking that up? Kind of neat. This one again, but with a yellow background instead of a black background. Like that. Some more jack-o'-lanterns. This is a red color with some orange on it that kind of looks like moons, like the moon, and then white bats on it. This, I really like this. That's stunning, isn't it? And then more kids dressed up in costumes. And there we go. I like all that. This is gonna make an awesome quilt. I do have a sewing machine. I will dig it out. I don't know if I've got thread. I don't know if I've got bobbins. I'm hoping that there's thread in this bin, and I've got another bin that's got fabric in it and sewing supplies. I'm kind of hoping I've got enough supplies that I don't have to go out and buy anything, because I either want to use it or get rid of it. So, like, I'm not getting rid of the Halloween fabric. We love Halloween in this house. We love handing out candies. We love to see the little kids in their costumes when they come knocking on the door. It's such a good time here in our house. This past Halloween of 2022, we had a little one that was maybe 2 years old, right? He comes knocking on the door, and he's dressed as Charlie Brown, and he has a stuffed Snoopy in his hands, right? And the thing is, our cat Arlo was sitting at the front door. We have a dresser, a chest of drawers that we keep at the front door that we throw our keys on, and our wallets and our purses and stuff like that. And Arlo was sitting up on the top. And this little boy, this little 2-year-old, my husband is squatting down to give him some candy, right? And this little boy gives my husband his stuffed Snoopy, and then goes like this to the cat, to Arlo. And my husband's like, you want to give me your Snoopy and you want my kitty cat? And he's like, yes, you know? It was the cutest thing ever. Oh my gosh. It was so adorable. So we absolutely love Halloween here at the house. And we love just for the little kids. I mean, I don't mind the teenagers that come looking for free candy. I don't mind them. You know, they're out having fun. Let them be kids a little bit longer. But the little guys, oh my goodness. He couldn't understand why my husband gave him back the Snoopy and he couldn't have the cat that was sitting at the door. Oh, it was so adorable. So I'm going to make a Halloween blanket. And then this bin is just full of random fabric from my daughter for any kind of little project she was doing. But at 18 now, she's finishing up high school. She's got a part-time job. She's not hand sewing as much as she used to, or if at all. I think it's been a while. So this is all fabric for her. I'm gonna see if there's anything that she wants, but if not, then I think I might finally donate it, because you see how young and girly these fabrics are, you know. I mean, they're cute, don't get me wrong. Absolutely, they're adorable. Oh, this one's got little skull and bones on it, because for a while there she went through a phase where everything had to be skull and bones. You know, maybe we'll keep that one. Yeah, so I mean, it's a whole bunch of little girly fabrics. This one's got little Christmas angels on it. This one's got Christmas dogs on it. I would never do anything with this fabric. While it's cute to look at, I wouldn't do anything with that. Oh my goodness. Oh, the good times that we had with picking up fabric. So every now and then we would go to the craft store, to Joanne Fabric and Crafts, and Joanne sells fabric. So we would pick up some stuff every now and then. Just half a yard or a yard, depending on the price. And we would just have some fun with it. So there's this. This is pretty. I like the black with the colored rings on there. I like that. And another black one. This was a big piece. This is a really big piece. And some more. This is batik. And let's see, some flowers. This is another big piece. Oh, this is pretty. It's a yellow background with little, like, daisies on there. That's pretty. But the problem is with fabric, it's just like yarn. Everything's pretty. Everything's pretty, but you can't keep everything. Well, we got a mid-century modern feel to it. I like that. Some pink with some stripes. Right? And yellow with some polka dots. So, crafters, do you do anything other than crocheting? Like, what kind of crafts do you do? Crochet, knit, embroidery, stitchery, needlework, quilting, any kind of sewing? I like that. I got more than one piece for that. There we go. Some rainbow. That's pretty. I like that. And then, some of it is just little small pieces. It's probably where my daughter cut pieces out that she needed and she didn't need anymore. So I've got a whole bunch of small pieces. I can probably purge these if they're too small. If I can't maybe get little 3-inch squares out of them, that they're probably just little scraps. I can probably get rid of those. So yeah, here's some projects that were started, not by me, but by my teenager. Some really bright yellow. Oh, I do not like that at all. Oh, I could probably get rid of that. Wow. Yeah, I see some fabric that's been cut into squares already. So I have to clean up this bin and sit down and go through it, like without the camera going, so I can figure out what's what in here. I haven't been in this container, in this bin, in a long time. I haven't been in it. Bin. How many times can I say bin? Oh, this is kind of like ticking fabric. There's some blue, there's some red. Some blue, it's red. Some yellow. And some purple. I don't know what to do with all that. Ha! Check this out. It's got a beach theme. Little bikinis, watermelon, ice cream. That's cute. Ah, yeah. Okay. Lots of fabric. Some flowers. Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, can you see that, you know, some random triangle piece was cut? So when the kid comes home from school today, I'll ask her to go through it and see if there's anything that she really wants to keep out of there. This is kitty cats with a tropical theme. This looks like, what's that lady? Mary Engelbright? Am I saying that right? That's kind of what this reminds me of. I wonder if that's her fabric. Or if they did a fabric for her. I don't know. Some random purple. White with some purple polka dots. Ooh, this is pretty. Tropical colored butterflies. That's really pretty. Yeah, I'm going to have a hard time with this. Just like I did with the yarn. I'm going to have to pick out what I think is absolutely beautiful and I cannot live without. Like these little ballerinas on the pink. I love them. But this purple, nah, I can let that go. This, I mean, it's pretty, but I can let that go. So yeah, maybe it won't be too hard. Got some more of that. I do like this yellow with these dots on there. This is pretty. I like that. Oh my god, a lot of that. So like when my mom found out that my daughter was doing some hand stitching and she was making things, my mom sent some of this fabric up, and I can let it go because my mom's actually doing her own purging this year too. At 70 some odd years old, she doesn't want all that stuff in her house either. So, yay Mom, if you're watching, good for you. I'm proud of you. So, I have some fabrics in here that I can let go of. As long as my daughter's okay with it. Well, that's kind of... Well, I like the striping on that. It's got brown, but with rainbow... I like that. It's got a very mid-century, but also like a 70s vibe to it. I like that. But there's not enough of that to do anything. Okay, I'm almost to the bottom. Yeah. Lots of good colors for sure. Giraffes on a pink background. It's cute. Alright, so that's the bottom of the bag, and here we go. Baggie full of bobbins. Some are full, some are not. Some dark blue thread, and whoops, I'm sorry for that. I bet you my microphone picked that up really well. It is a tin can. It was probably full of Christmas cookies, and turns out the lid wasn't on there. And it went flying across the room. I'm so sorry. Alright, so inside this tin can is old school thread. on a wooden spool. Okay, it's very vintage. My mom gave this to me because I wanted the wooden spools. It wasn't interested in the thread. So that is what's in there. Okay, now I won't pull it all out. They are just old school vintage wooden spools. There's a needle threader in there, some needles in their very old vintage packaging. Yeah, pretty neat. So hopefully I don't have to buy anything, because I don't want to be spending any more money on things that are just going to sit around my house collecting dust. Oh, and then I got a small pile of fleece. This was used, I had crocheted a blanket for my nephew and I wanted to put fabric on the back, and this is what I picked. And this is leftovers. This is only just a couple years old. So there we go. That is what's in my fabric bin. In my smaller fabric bin, because I have a bigger bin over there. But I think that bigger bin is a mix of fabric and crochet stuff. I'm not quite sure, but we'll find out when I get to it. Okay. So yeah, you guys want to see the pile on the floor? I just dropped it all on the floor. So there we go. There is the fabric pile. It came out of this bin that I've been using for fabric since 2010. Thankfully, all this fabric is not from 2010. And some supplies. Okay, so I know that's I don't know, is it a weird video to come back with after doing all the yarn stuff? No, I don't think so, because you know what? A lot of us do more than just one craft. I've always loved quilts. Do I have any interest in making dresses and clothing? No. I like quilts, and I like quilts made with squares. Big squares, little squares. Doesn't matter to me. And it's just like with the crocheting, because I made a patchwork squares blanket out of crocheted squares. So I have a feeling that I will just use my little squares. I think the squares from my patchwork blanket is 3 inches by 3.5 inches, because they're not quite square. I think it's 3 by 3. So I might actually do maybe 4 by 4 with the fabric, because I want to see the design on the fabric. So I might do that. I might make them 4 by 4 and start working on especially a Halloween quilt. I would love to be able to get this Halloween fabric and get it together by this October. So that's a goal. And then when my daughter gets home today, I will see if there's any fabric she's willing to let go of. And some of the plain stuff, I'm going to get rid of that. And then we'll go from there. So, I have missed you guys. I missed doing videos for you guys. I missed the interaction. I did need a break. So I am filming this before I come back from my break. But that's okay. I didn't want any pressure for making videos, and turns out I've been sitting around the house moping for the last couple days because I haven't made any videos, and I kind of miss talking to the camera. So, and I'm sorry that I keep looking. I'm seeing myself in the screen. This is my first time using a camera with a flip out screen. It's so hard to look here and not look at myself. That is so hard. And then I'm using a microphone so you can hear me better, so I don't have to yell at the camera. And I'm a loud talker anyway. I can project, but figured I'd try out the microphone, see how it works. You guys let me know. So I will be seeing you still in another week or two when I come back. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below. What kind of crafting do you do? You know, do you do a little bit of everything? Because I also like journaling and coloring. I use colored pencils to color in my doodle planner that I have. So, alright, so that's it for today. I will catch up with you guys on the next one. Bye!